What is up, guys? JaretCampisi coming back at you with another motorcycle video. Today we are Ducati of Westlake, and they were kind enough to let me take out a brand new Ducati Panigale 1299, one of the most amazing, fastest, badass motorcycles on the planet. So I am super excited. I hope you guys are too. So sit back and relax and get ready for this one. So just because the GoPro mic really doesn't pick up the sound of these exhausts very well, I figured we'll start it up for you and just so you can hear it, what it sounds like. Well, here we are. I'm about to take a ride on a Panigale 1299. So we're gonna go down through a canyon road. I don't know exactly how to get there because we're down in Thousand Oaks right now. And I'm gonna follow my lady for a little bit. I also have GPS in my ear. So there's a lot going on right now, and I just wanna make sure I don't mess up this bike because it's freaking gorgeous and it's expensive. So huge shout out to Westlake Ducati for letting me take this thing out. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Laurel. If you're in the Westlake area or even, you know, Thousand Oaks, Southern California, definitely head on over there. They're really great people. Talk to Casey if you're looking to buy a bike. First impressions, this engine, holy God, it is pissed off. I think they've got some different rear sets on here. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Holy dear God. This thing sounds like it wants to eat your face off. So yeah, this is a brand new 1299 Panigale. Honestly, I took the 959 out. I'll put the link in the description below. I got a lot of great feedback on that video, and I didn't find the 959 to be super comfortable. This one, for whatever reason, I mean, I think it's pretty much the same bike, except for a lot more electronics and a bigger engine. And this one feels more comfortable to me. I'm not really sure why, but the seat feels better. All right, so I said in that video the 959 was my dream bike. I have to retract that statement because the 1299 is for sure my dream bike. It just wasn't within my price range, and it still isn't. But yeah, like if someone's gonna give me a bike, this is like one of the most gorgeous bikes ever made. So here's the crazy thing about this bike. It has pretty much every rider aid known to man. I'm currently in sport mode. There's 3 different modes. There are, you know, wet mode, sport mode, and then race mode. I'll probably try out all 3 at some point, but for now I'm just going to keep it in sport mode. This thing makes 205 horsepower and it weighs 420 pounds. Are you freaking kidding me? It weighs less than my Gixxer 600. That's what, it's the lightest, I'm pretty sure it's the lightest Super Sport that they make. Okay, so yeah, wow. Oh my good God. This thing is so planted. So it has quick shift up and down, which is fucking awesome. And so, the 1200 model on this, it does have full all-wheel suspension. It is not electronically controlled. You'd have to pick up the S model to get the electronically controlled suspension. But I think for everyday riding on the street, you don't really need that anyway. But also, this is a test ride. This is not my bike, and I saw a ton of cops out today. So I'm not going to be like completely hammering on this bike because I want to be able to take more bikes out for you guys. So I don't want to be wrecking bikes, getting tickets, any of that kind of crap. The quick shifters, I've noticed sometimes when you're going at normal highway or normal like town speeds, they're a little clunky. So I tend to still use my clutch anyway. I'm very, very impressed with this bike. So you're looking at like, I think $19,000 it comes in at. And you know, I will say when that last bike I took out, the 959, I said, you know, is it worth the money? I'm not sure the 959 is worth the money. Just because for that price, the 15,000, you could pick up like a 1000cc motorcycle, you know, get more horsepower, get full electronics. But this one, I think this one actually is a little more justified just because of how electronically advanced it is. You literally have Ducati traction control, Ducati engine braking control, Ducati wheelie control. There's an inertia sensor on this that knows how leaned over the bike is at all times. It's got cornering ABS. It has the best Brembo brakes you can buy. It has everything, like literally everything. Wheelie control, I mean, it's all there. It also has the full color display, which to me is really important. Because I like having a full color display. You literally have everything you could possibly imagine on here. From your oil temperature, there's a gas gauge, obviously a shift light, RPM meter. It shows you all the different settings that you have. What's, you know, what the traction control is, what the ABS setting is. It also is cool, it has the time up there, that's nice. It's a white background with black stuff during the day, and then at night it switches to a black background automatically, which is really cool. So I mean, if you're gonna buy a Panigale, I mean, I think why even get a 959 when you can just get this, you know? Woo! The main gripes that I had with the 959 was the riding position, which for whatever reason this one seems to be a little bit better, and then the heat was also a little bit of an issue. Now I am getting a little bit of heat here on this one, but for now it's not that bad, so we'll see. I think the more you're moving, the better it is. And again, I'm still in sport mode. I think you can change all of these settings on the fly, so you can do that just by hitting the turn signal cancel button. It pops you into the modes. Boom, I go to wet mode, I hold the button down, and I think it'll just switch to wet mode. There you go. So now I'm in wet mode. So I think when you're in stop and go traffic, it'd probably be a good thing to just throw it in a wet mode. Detunes the engine a little bit. Also gives you, you know, the highest traction control, the highest ABS setting, the highest Ducati wheelie control. So now you can romp on it. Stop and go traffic is not nearly as bad. Dude, the handling of this thing is just, wow, it's insane. Yeah, and it also just like poured down rain here, so there's a lot of rocks and dirt on the road, so I'm gonna have to be really careful. Oh, so the other thing that the 1299 has over the 959 is the single-sided swing arm, which to me, I mean, I think these bikes, these Ducatis, are the best looking motorcycles ever made. They're fucking stunning, absolutely stunning. Everywhere you go, people just stare at you. And like, I would just park it in my living room and just get rid of my TV and just stare at this thing all day. And I gotta say, I'm actually really enjoying this ride right now. I'm comfortable. It sounds phenomenal. There's my lady. For me personally, if I was ever going to pick up a Ducati Super Sport, I would just jump right past the 959 and just go straight to this bad boy. This thing, holy shit. So when I rode that RSV, it was on this exact same road, and I said that it was one of the best handling motorcycles I'd ever ridden. I think I might have to retract that statement right now. We'll know more when I get some harder turns here, but just because this thing's about 30 pounds lighter than that RSV, dude, the handling of this thing, holy shit. This has a nice place for your ass too. Oh my god. And it's so light. I still do think the RSV's exhaust, the V4 exhaust, still sounds better in my opinion. Stop now, I'm talking stop. Oh my god. But this does sound really cool too. The mirrors actually aren't bad. Holy shit! Okay. Oh my good god. So I think about the only thing this bike doesn't have is cruise control and heated grips like the BMW does. I've also heard some complaints when it comes to gas mileage. So it's a 4.6 gallon gas tank, and I've heard reports. I haven't had experience with this myself, but I've heard reports that people were getting 80 miles to a tank, which is ridiculous. But I mean, I don't know how fast those guys are driving. To be completely honest, I think this is probably easier to ride than the 959. I don't know why. Maybe because it's lighter, I don't know. It feels smoother, it feels more refined. Probably because of all the electronics. Another thing from the 1199 to this model, they reduced the seat height, so I can pretty much flat foot it, very close to, which is really nice. It makes it a lot better a road bike just for getting around and things. So it's pretty damn smooth, man. For a 1200 with this much, well, it's basically a 1300 with this much horsepower. It's pretty unbelievable how smooth this is. Like the old Ducati Super Sports, I would say you couldn't really use as a daily rider. This one, I really think you could. Okay, so here's one thing about Ducatis. Trying to find that thing it's pretty difficult. Look at that freaking bike. Unreal. They're about to have a wedding. I'm riding a super bike back and forth, trying to take pictures. Oh man, so we're gonna head back up that canyon road. To be honest, guys, I'm really pretty impressed with this bike. At low speeds, it is a little labored, but I'm pretty sure all of the Super Sport the 1000cc bikes are like that. Oh, okay. It shut off on me once, but you just have to pay attention. You have to feather the clutch. You have to make sure that the engine's nice and warmed up, and then it should be okay. But overall, I mean, I'm very impressed with this bike. It's very light and easy to move around. The turning circle isn't the greatest, but even that, it was better than I thought. I was able to turn around in that little turning circle back there, no problem. Oh, when you click that downshift and it hits that little boom, boom, boom. Oh, it sounds so sick. Let's hear that puppy. Man, whew, it's a cool sound, man. In my opinion, not as good as the RSV4, but after the RSV4, I'd say this is my second favorite sounding bike. I would absolutely take one of these for sure. If somebody wants to give me one, leave me a comment in the comment box. I will happily come take it off your hands and make sick videos with it. Oh man. So yeah, that's a definite gripe. When you hit the turn signal button and you're not canceling the turn signal, it puts you into that mode, which I feel like there's no need for that. Yeah, this thing is like another level, like insane. Jesus. I'm not sure if I could have one of these because I think I would either be dead or arrested. So this has that same kind of feeling that the RSV did, where you hang off the back and there's like a spot for your ass to really, like, this is where the bike wants you to be, back here. It feels really good. That's why the seat's curved the way that it is. Like, you have so much control with just your feet and your ass and just leaning. Oh man, you can just, and the bars are really wide, so you can really just throw this thing around, dude. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Oh my god, that's another fucking level of craziness. That's... Okay. So, it just like puts you back in your seat and you just squat down and just, you feel like you're going ballistic. That's intoxicating. Holy shit. Oh my god, I want one of these so bad. Now I will say, this one isn't as confidence inspiring as the RSV is. This one feels a little bit scarier. I don't know what it is, if it's the engine or what, but yeah, see, like, it's not quite as smooth. It feels just a little bit more savage, I guess, is a word. Wow, it really hugs the road though. Yeah, it feels like every now and then stuff will happen where it won't shift smoothly. Yeah, see, there's a lot of dirt on the roads, so I really can't be ripping too hard on this. But every now and then I'll get like a shift that's not super smooth and it'll jump into gear, and or a downshift, or it won't shift. I had a false neutral back there, and when that kind of stuff happens, it's very scary, especially if you're getting hard on the bike. And it's super windy right now too, so I hope you guys can hear my audio. I'm not getting much heat at all right now. I'm comfortable. This is fucking incredible. I don't want to get off this bike. Wow! I'm not even in race mode. There's no need to be in race mode. Oh wow, those brakes, holy shit. So yeah, it's got the biggest Brembo brakes you can buy, front and rear, so you got that going for you. See, that's what I'm talking about. That quick shift right there, very clunky, and I have heard that at low speeds. That's why I'm using the clutch at low speeds. Sometimes it kind of like clunks into gear, and if you're like getting on it hard or turning when that happens, not going to be very good. 205 horsepower at 430 pounds. There's not many things on the road that are faster than this. I heard a saying that there's a saying when you're riding a 1299 Panigale, you can pass anything on the road except for a gas station. So that quick shifter is really smooth at higher RPMs. I didn't even realize it shifted. These bikes take a little bit more skill to ride, in my opinion, the Ducatis. There's definitely, like, they have like their characteristics or quirkiness about them, and it takes some getting used to, but it's also like the reason why I find when I get off of these, you know, an hour or 2 hours or a day or go by, and I like want to get back on it again, because it just like, it's like a girlfriend. Like, you don't want the perfect girlfriend that does everything that you say. That's boring, right? You want the girl that's like, you know, gives you a little bit of shit sometimes, and you're like, gotta knock her around a little bit, right? I guess I could show you what the race dash just looks like. I thought it changed it so that it was like lap times. Huh. Oh, so now it has front ABS only. So now that allows the rear wheel to skid, which awesome. Definitely want that going on. Oh my good God. This thing is fucking pretty damn smooth for a crazy ass Italian super sport. I'm pretty damn impressed. But yeah, you could cruise on this thing for sure. Like I said, overall I'm very, very impressed with this bike. For a high-end Ducati super bike, like exotic super bike, you could absolutely use this as a daily rider. You totally could. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I think you could use this even easier than the 959, just because of the riding modes, the rider aids, and all that kind of stuff. But there you go, guys. There is a first ride and review on a Panigale 1299. Huge shout out to Ducati of Westlake for letting me take this out, letting us have a couple of hours with the bike. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, head on over and check out all the other motorcycle videos. There's a playlist there that's just called Motorcycles, so go ahead and go check that shit out if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming along with this ride with me. I hope you guys had a good time, and if you have questions or comments, leave them down below and I will try to answer as many as I possibly can. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. What a phenomenal bike. I'll catch you guys in the next one.